Hello, everyone. Sorry for the sort of interruption with the flow of lectures this week. On Monday, I was able to get in unexpectedly. I was able to get in and get my second dose of vaccine. That proceeded to knock me out. It really took a lot out of me. And then, as I got back into things, you saw me have a whiteboard similar to this one. If you were like the 10 people who saw it, I recorded a video, and by the end of the video, I realized that the plan for the term didn't make a ton of sense. So then you saw me go and on Campus Wire talk about this, put out a poll. And after really thinking things through, I decided the best course of action. And there's a full post on Campus Wire for you to see the details. We're just going to cancel test two. It's just not going to happen. Last year I ran the course with no exams at all. This year I tried to make it a little bit more like a traditional course. I thought the exams could be useful. As we all know, test one didn't quite go as we wanted it to. I think this pandemic is tough. I think 6 courses in 2B is really tough as well. When I was associate chair, the last thing I did was the revision of the curriculum, and I really worked hard to get 2B down to 5 courses. So it's really something that I think 2B should be 5 courses. In fact, I actually think every term should be 5 courses, but for various reasons we weren't able to change 1B to be 5 courses. It stays 6 courses. Anyway, you're not here to listen to me talk about the old work that I did as associate chair. You know, 6 courses is a lot of work, and especially all this remote work during the pandemic. It adds such a high burden. It's so much harder for you to get help. It's hard to ask questions and have timely responses. It's time consuming for me. I know that a lot of students think that this pandemic teaching is easy for the professors. I mean, maybe if they've already got all recorded lectures and are reusing their lectures. I didn't have any recorded lectures. I'm making them all from scratch, as I do all the time for courses. And then there's all this overhead with doing the lectures online. And there's just the biggest thing I find is a whole host of communication issues and problems, and so much more overhead. It's not so much issues of working with students. I think there is an overhead there. Campus Wire takes more time than me answering a question in lecture, or office hours. But a lot of it is the management of things with the teaching assistants. There's just a huge amount higher burden from the administrative side of running things as well. You don't care about that though. So nevertheless, so yeah, I got rid of test two. So where are we at? Where are we going? So that by yanking that week of test two out, that allows me to shift the project up. So rather than have it due during your final exam period, it's now shifted up 1 week and it's due. It had been due August 12th, now it's due August 5th. You get to start it today. It's out, it's in Learn. All the details for the entire project are there. So you're not, even though it's broken up into 2 parts, you can race ahead. Okay, there's no reason, there's nothing saying you can't start on part 2 until after Wednesday. You could go and get part 1 done pretty quickly. As you can see, it's only weighted as 10% of the total final project. So this is actually a generous amount of time. I set this as Wednesday because we have a tutorial on Tuesday where Lexa will have office hours in the tutorial time. So I wanted to give students who might be having some problems and struggling with figuring out how to get going on this and figuring out their ERD and design to be able to reach out with some in person via Zoom type of help. Of course, you can go to Campus Wire and get all the help we can give you there as well. Throughout the whole project, if you need appointment one-on-one, let me know. We'll set things up. We'll try to work things out. Largely what's going to happen for the remaining lectures is I'm going to lecture on something that I think, as I can think of it, that'll be useful for the project. So also because we have people who are assigned to take notes during those time periods, they need to have something to take notes of and earn their credit for taking notes. But there are likely to be less lecture material during these remaining weeks as I provide more help via Campus Wire or one-on-ones with students as you work on the project. The project is a lot of work. The project is also designed so that you can start to figure things out and do work on design. You do the ERD and your routes and just get the basic repository set up in part one. That lays the foundation for then building out the whole application in Rails, okay? If you're gonna, and you'll see in the assignment for the final project that it is designed, it's laid out so that you can see, how as you work through the functionality, how many points have you earned if you've got it working correctly, okay? You'll also see that there is functionality that is bonus points. That functionality is complex. Those are hard bonus points to earn, but they're there for people who want that challenge. So you don't have to do that. You shouldn't. You should understand that it is complex to do. And then there's even a way to simplify the project a little bit. There's some functionality you don't have to implement, but you're penalized only 5 points. But some students find it's a great trade-off. So the project is designed to be flexible, but even so even if you don't do the bonus work, the final project is a lot of work. I highly advise you to get going on it. Get the help as soon as you can so that you don't find yourself near the end all stuck. All right. So while it's great that it's not going to be due during your final exams, so you can just focus on your final exams, likewise, it's also due, at the end of the lecture period. And we all know that you also end up often with other things due then. So since this is coming out now, I would advise you to dig into it and try to clear as much out of the way as you can. I mean, when it works, you know that you've got it done. That's the thing. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to keep polishing it and making it look better. Once it's working, and you'd be done with it. Okay, and you can move on to other things. And again, we're here to help you with this. So what do I have left to really talk about that was planned? That in the original things I've pointed out is section 4.6, forms and Rails. That's to talk about, again, the other material. We'll be digging into things perhaps in more detail or other stuff that you might find helpful for you on the project for the remainder of the term. All right.